When we go to Ghana, I'm driving a taxi, and see a man have a picture of Jesus in the front windshield. And it a swing. You know, when I hang up the sweet thing up there, and it's a swing so. And I say, brethren, you're not afraid to crash or stop. You know, see the thing a swing in front of your face. Him say, I'm Father. White Jesus, a swing in front of him, it's supposed to protect him from crashing. It's protect him, say, yes, it's him Father. So, anytime a man take up the religion of these people, him cease becoming who he is. Yeah. And that we always I say. And the more me go out there, is the more me see say, when me I say it's true. And if you don't even go out there, are you there Jamaica, if you're there Trinidad, any Caribbean island, from a man say, he's a Christian, him not have no race in him, no nationality too. Because I put him Christian thinking above him nationality.
Blessed love viewers and subscribers, well, one, hope not doing good, hope not doing great. Now my people, there I get for the Soul Chat TV. I come across this video and I decide I have to share it with ones and ones. It's a powerful, religious one, my people. And a lot of people, especially Christian people, think that they are on the right path. And Christianity is the one and only true religion. Well, Mutabaruka is going to educate a lot of you guys in this one tonight. Yeah, man, it's a great one. But this one is a cutting edge from London. Yeah, man, Mutabaruka was all the way in London when he recorded this one live. And I tell you, it's a powerful one, my people. Really, really powerful one. And ones need to watch these things, because this is what going to free us as African people. Because we were taught to believe in this thing that is holding us back for thousands of years. So black people can't make a next step forward in our life, while every other race is moving upwards. We are moonwalking. It's a serious one, my people. Really, really serious. So definitely stay tuned, because it's going to get really heated and also educational. So ones and ones, before we go into it, you know it's a Black Power movement. Drop a like and subscribe. Share to a friend or a family so they can be a part of the move. Now my people, let's take a walk.
We're all upon Islam. We enslave Africans and help white people to carry come across us all. And if you doubt me, go amongst the maroon them, where them call themselves maroon, and listen to the language. A whole heap of it is embedded in Arabic. Them say salam alaikum, same way like the Arab them. How did Arab language find itself in the Coromantee language, and in the language them from the Moortown and Charlestown maroon them? It's because you didn't have Africans who never see themselves as African, but see themselves as Muslims. And anybody who's not Muslims is infidels. That is where it's going on. It's not no joke business we're talking about. You have, just like how you have Christian and they can't tell them to them African. Them are Christian. Them are, you know, no African thing. You understand? Well, you see, when you have Africans, even now, come go to Senegal go see it. I go to Senegal go see it. Come ask the Senegalese, say, tell me something. Oh, you is a African and you have an Arab name. You understand? Because them change them name from African name to Muslim name. Some name there you say, but people say African name hard for call. When you hear the man, them, it's like them have cold in them throat when them call it, you know, see. And when we ask the man, the other side is also true, you know. When we go to Ghana, I'm driving a taxi, you know, and see a man have a picture of Jesus in the front windshield. And it a swing. You know, when I hang up the sweet thing up there, and it's a swing so. And I say, brethren, you're not afraid to crash or stop. You know, see the thing a swing in front of your face. Him say, I'm Father. White Jesus, you know, a swinging front time, you know, it's supposed to protect him from crashing. It's not protect him, say, yes, it's him father. So, anytime a man take up the religion of these people, him cease becoming who him is.
Yeah.
And that we always I say. And the more me go out there, is the more me see say, when me I say it's true. And if you don't even go out there, and you're there Jamaica, if you're there Trinidad, any Caribbean island, from a man say, he's a Christian, him not have no race in him, no nationality too. Because I put him Christian thinking above him nationality. You know, see it? And that is right, so you know, say him gone. But it's the same way with Islam. From a man say he's Muslim, him not nothing with Africa. If you're not Muslim, he's an infidel. If you're not Christian, you worship Satan. One religion can't save the world. I just that me I tell the people them, one religion can't run the world. We go and take a stock and come forward. Yes. Go through. Break time. No? We'll have no break. Alright?
Come on. You never get
Alright, we'll have no break. We'll come forward. Yes. We say one religion can't run the world because religion come from culture. All religions is defined through the culture of the people them. And most places where you go, the culture breed a way of seeing and understanding the things that you are seeing and unseen. That is really what it is all about. So when you go to China, the man them refer to certain things because it comes out of them cultural experience. Just like when you hear about the Jews or Judaism, it comes from a certain culture. All religion come from culture. As a matter of fact, every discipline come from culture. Social breeding come from culture. Anthropology come from culture. Religion come from culture. Them not tell the people them that. That is why everybody, the culture we define them and the religion is the culture of the colonizer. The colonizer is the ones who define how you think, how you believe things. The reality, the logic, so you find yourself a project for yourself. So you can't tell a Christian, say, watch out, what you say, I know you really, I do it, you know. It's something where it's embedded and imprinted like you for hundreds of years. And now it's in your DNA. And it's only a COVID vaccine can't take it out. You understand? So it's a serious thing. It's a serious thing. So while we go through all of that epistle, and we are telling you, say, yeah, we're there promote this book and thing. We have a brethren where most people here we talk to upon the cutting edge most night, but him call late. So him talk all a little 10 minutes and talk, and as him ready to say exactly what he want to say, we are say, boy, man, didn't got time to go away, you know. Every time, you know, we are say, boy, but you can't too late, brethren. Because sometimes I'm getting a certain reason about England. Because basically, we really want him to tell me, we are going on here, so. Because that man, we're up to date with things. But so sometimes I think go for going night, so. It's time to go away, you understand? So, we don't know how long we'll give him tonight, because we still want to connect to them people if it can work out. But we want to heal up Mandingo. And before we bring in Mandingo, we want to go in with the tune we look for. Okay? We want to play this tune here, as we have said.
You know, we never
Yeah. All right, make a look for the tune. I mean, I really want to make a talk. Because we see some things are going on in Africa here right now. We see the movement of the French out of Africa.
You need to come on.
And we don't know how long it's going to last, but we see a whole heap of the domino them a fall. It a go cross. You know, we see Mali, we see Niger, we see Togo, We see
Gabon.
Gabon. I think we are here
Burkina Faso.
things about Burkina Faso and Tunisia. It's a serious thing going on in Africa. Never before we see so much things where people, the African leader them say, watch out, leave,
Yeah.
leave a country. You have been sucking it dry for so long. You have to leave. And guess what? Them serious. Because you have some youth right now where cool them. Where them man there, them now follow the old one them. Where they don't get study in Europe and come and go like Africa or Europe. Them youth they know they in the route like Winnie Mandela, where they in the people them with the people them and decide say race should not deal with certain things. Well, some of them youth know them decide say them not deal with certain things. So you know, we are telling French them to leave. And that same thing are going on in the IT. We don't tell you about gang this and gang that. We know say a gang this, because after a while, if you don't have a steady movement of a spirit of leadership to stir the revolution, you have some little ticks all over the place. We are create mischief and decry and make the thing look like say it do have a value. And right now in Haiti we see that happen. There is certain things that is necessary to be done. But how it is been done by certain ones in Haiti, it loses credibility because of who take over the scene. And as well as a gang take it over, that them call people them gang. But the credibility kind of get moved away because of how the thing a go. And these countries love to see that, Yeah, because it start out, I say, no, we don't want no more them puppet there, that's that. But as we say, it's stir and gone, so and gone. Said America now say them are going there. And even Jamaica, can you believe that? Jamaica will have the biggest murder rate. It's the top 2 biggest murder rate in the world. And they will not have no civil war. You know, see, say them are go down there, go stabilize country. We see Kenya, say them are go down there, and the parliament say, no. We don't have that. We could police and we saw them stay in Kenya. We have our problem up there, so. You know, see, now we see Jamaica, no matter what they send people, what they send people down there for? Because stabilized country. The people, them know what is happening. Them know what is happening. But in the revolution, some of the revolutionary, them hungry. And they will do anything to get food. I wish tune it goes so again. Yeah, you have a tune, a reggae tune no go so, but the people, yeah, something like that. Yeah. The people, them hungry, Rasta.
Ambush in the night.
Them hungry, so they will do certain things. And when the newspaper them blow it up, it come like this is the thing, I go on, and not the other thing, because the other thing is not being projected out there. The search go all the while. Then I hear me hear the Israeli them drop a bomb in a church, in a hospital, and them say 500 people dead. And I say, rotted, 500 people dead. It's wicked, But here where the wickedest part right. The man, what name Netanyahu. Him come on the TV and tell the people them say, well, we have gotten one of the main Hamas leaders. You know when got him? After them bomb the hospital, and kill the 500 people, because the man them a move underground,
Yeah.
Them have tunnel underground, and some of them run under the mosque, some of them run under church, some of them run under hospital. The man them bomb the church, the hospital, and then put it on the news, say, them get one of the main leaders of Hamas. So where those people, those Palestinians who 500 people who have family, when them see that happen, what them to do? When them see them buildings them are tear down and turn to rubble, when them not have nothing, when them are move them more and more to the sea, where the people they must do. When them a tell you say, boy, you know, they come into Israel and kill 1,000 odd people, that is savagery. You never listen to the news, the foreign news, them I hear how much Palestinians dead since the year start by Israeli soldiers. How much people know say it's not the other day when the 1,000 odd Israelis killed. It's the thousands of Palestinians who was killed and the world just start and watch. You know, say, and I call people them terrorists. Mandela was a terrorist, according to America. Winnie Mandela was a terrorist,
Our freedom fighter.
according to America.
That's true.
The IRA
Yeah.
was terrorist organization. When we just come to England, every time I go in the tube, me hear them and say, we are closing off such and such a thing because bomb scare.
Yeah.
Mr. England, me there and a bomb scare me I hear about is the IRA, Irish Republican Army. They have wreak havoc on Anya so.
Yeah, man.
Them say that terrorists know who rule the country, who rule IRA, who rule Ireland. Are the same people them who was terrorists around the thing. Them say Gaddafi was a terrorist. And them bomb up the whole of the place. You have no government down there, you have no government down there, you know.
Mash up.
Every little pocket of place of is a government to themselves. You know where Obama say, himself one greatest mistake is that him go bomb the place and never have nothing to put in place of it. All they want is get rid of Gaddafi. But when them get rid of Gaddafi and bomb up the place, what is it them looking for to happen? In Iraq, them do the same thing. Them used to give Saddam Hussein guns and ammunition to fight against Iran. Iran and Iraq did a fight a war, you know.
Yeah.
And Iraq was backed by America. So Saddam Hussein now become a man and say, well, all right, well, we're done with that now. America is all right, give thanks, go on. Them just turn upon him and say him is a terrorist. And then bomb up and mash up the place. And up to this day, Iraq not fix back. Them going to Afghanistan and say them a look for terrorists. Bomb up all the cave them and all them way there. They make some guys come in at the thing named Taliban and ISIS and all these places rise up. And them run left the place. After them mash up the place, them run left it 20 years them there. And the same man them come take over the place and start going worse than when them did go on before the American them go there. You understand? But we know who are look on this thing supposed to say, why them people they wicked in our Rasta. Look how them just kill this and kill this. So. But what about the land? Most time in them late hours. Why you look Mandingo, greetings.
Ujambo, greetings, Muta. Here we are in London.
Yeah, last night, very nice style really.
Flavor.
Flavor. Last night we did up on Flavor with Mandingo. He have a program on a station named Flavor. And yo, we are going. Yes. All right. So, I say last night we did on
Flavor Radio,
Mandingo program. And it was like, not them hours here, a little earlier than them hours here. So, Mandingo is a man we always call in when the program nearly done. him there now, so we can talk, have a conversation. Yellow.
Let me clarify. A lot of times I call earlier, but I have to be waiting on the operator, and sometimes the operator have me holding, and sometimes the operator does not answer. So it's not that I deliberately call late, but that is the situation for people.
All right. You know, usually we call you upon things that are going on in England because sometimes we don't really are reading Guardians and all them things. We really read them still, but and watch BBC, but we like to hear from one of us who can tell we another level. Yes. We have to tell you, say, we want to hear another level. That is really what we are looking for, another level from ones and ones who live on the ground. So that is really why I hold up time we want to hear where are going in England. See? So now that we in England with the eye now, tell me we are going in England.
Yes, well, what is going on in England is a continuation of the racism that has faced African people ever since British imperialism invaded our African motherland and brought our ancestors as prisoners of war to the Caribbean and elsewhere. And the British Empire is the biggest empire in history, which means that they committed the biggest genocidal Holocaust murders. And up to now, they have not been brought to justice. And whenever we as Africans talk about reparations, they don't want to deal with the issue of reparations. Yet, European Jews have gotten reparations, and even Japanese and many others have gotten reparations. But when it comes on to our African race, they don't want to give us reparations. But reparations, as Marcus Garvey Jr., the son of Marcus Garvey, who was my physics teacher at Kingston Technical, and who greatly inspired myself and Mutabaruka and others at Kingston Technical, Stocky Smith and others, to be strong Pan-Africanists, has always said that reparations is our right, and we have to acquire the necessary military and economic power to get reparations, because our enemies will not pay reparations willingly. As his father said, power is the only argument that satisfies man, because man is not moved by prayer, petitions, and begging and that type of thing. Power is the only argument, and a race without authority and power is a race without respect. So we understand what Marcus Garvey Jr. and his father said, that we as Africans, for us to get our rights, we have to acquire the necessary economic and military power to force those who transgress against our ancestors and us in this time to pay for what they have done to our people. And of course, we know in every war situation, the fight is always on two fronts. There are the external enemies who we know, be they Arab Muslims or European Christians, for example. And there are always the traitors. This is so in every race. But as an African from Jamaica, I'm talking about our race. So the internal enemies are always the traitors that we have to be fighting against to destroy, as we fight against their masters, the external enemies. And Muta, I am so glad that you spoke about religion, whereby we have Africans who they are so mentally enslaved, whereby they put the religion of our racist enemies before the interests of their race. So
yes, we want to come forward to Mandingo, but you know, we have to take a break. Right, so, but we still want him to tell you about where we're going in England.
I will.
You understand? Yes, so we want to take the break and come forward. Your turn, DJ Kamar. Yes, we're talking to Mandingo, and as we say, we are broadcast live from London, England, on Special One Radio. Yes, Mandingo.
Yes, before I just gonna finish off with the Arab thing. The thing about it is that whenever Africans put their foreign religions before their race, they are automatically traitors. So you find Africans who are Muslims put Islam and put their Arab co-religionists before other Africans. And Africans who are Christians, they do the same thing. They put their Christianity before. No one was born Christian or Muslim. And what the Arabs and Europeans have done is that they have used their Christian and Islamic religions to culturally manipulate and control African people. So for example, Christian name, there's no such thing as a Christian name. It's European names. Cultural imperialism using religion. Muslim name, there's no such thing as a Muslim name. There are Arab names. Muta was talking about this earlier. So you have Africans getting rid of their African names and taking European names and Arab names under the guise of being Christian or Muslim. We must practice our African religions, be it voodoo or whatever, whereby we retain our cultural and mental identity as Africans. Because religion of the racist enemies is a mental tool of enslavement for our people. And finally, where that is concerned, Gaddafi is no leader for me as an African, as a Marcus Garvey man, a Pan-Africanist. Gaddafi, like Nasser, who was his idol, was a Pan-Arabist. And when the other Arabs refused for him to succeed as Nasser's successor, as the number one Pan-Arabist, he turned to our African people to try to use our people. And his intention, just like the Europeans, their rivals, was to control and conquer Africa. A lot of the jihadist groups in Nigeria and elsewhere in Africa were armed by Gaddafi. And so the rivalry between these Europeans and these Arabs is over who should control our African motherland. And we who are Pan-Africanists will not allow these non-Africans to control our thing. Can you imagine you have more Arabs in North Africa than in Arabia? How did they get there? Conquest, enslavement of our ancestors, etc. And finally, go on YouTube and check out the Arab slave trade by Marcus Garvey Jr., Muta and I's teacher at Kingston Technical High School, where you will get a full history of what Arab, Muslims, European Christians, and Jewish enslavers, all three of them have done to our African people. And they all owe us reparations. Talking about England right now, Britain, the main problem is that the vast majority of our youths are in a state of serious mental confusion and also in a state whereby, because of this mental confusion, because of the racist educational system, they have low self-esteem. And part of the result of this is the large amounts of fatal stabbings of African youths, of other African youths. Now, some of our African youths are good. Not all of them are bad, but a lot of them are in need of serious help because they have been destructive to our African community. And one of the reasons for that is that since Margaret Thatcher got rid of the youth clubs that used to be able to engage our youths in constructive activities, both boys and girls, that no longer exists. Duke Basie is agreeing with because he knows this is true. When we used to have the youth clubs that could engage our young African boys and girls in England and so on, there was not this epidemic of internal violence by our youths. Yes, there was some violence, but not on the scale as we have it. Because the parents do not have time to cater and to guide and direct their youths. And the youth clubs used to fulfill that role. And some of these youth clubs were run by some of our people. So there were positive models where that is concerned. So this is a very serious problem. And then there's the other problem of police who are racist, who attack, injure, and in some cases, some of our youths die, whether they are boys or girls, as a result of police brutality. We had Chris Carber just over a year ago who was shot. He was totally unarmed, shot dead, one shot in the head. He was posing no threat. He was surrounded by the police and he was killed. The police guy who did that because of pressure by our community is facing charges of murder. But many of our people, men and women, boys and girls, we remember Joy Gardner in North London, who was killed in front of her little infant son. We remember these things. And my brethren Anthony Lemard, Crumpet from Harlesden, who the police claimed choked on his own vomit. How did he choke on his so-called own vomit? Because they choked him. There are countless examples of this type of racist thing, and the police have gotten off where that is concerned. And do you know that when that police guy was charged for, he's gonna face charge for the murder of Chris Carber in Streatham, that the armed police in London went on strike saying that they are not going to carry out their armed duties because one of their number has been charged with the murder of Chris Carber. So you see, it has been a culture of racist impunity where the police are supposed to be able to kill and get away with it. Mark Duggan in Tottenham, Broadwater Farm area, he posed no threat, he had nothing on him, and yet he was shot and killed. And the people rose up. And they rose up because the local MP at the time, David Lammy, he did not attend to the cries and needs of the people at the time. And so the people revolted. And yet he was the MP for the area. And I see whereby David Lammy is more interested in what is going on in Palestine, supporting the Israelis, than he is in seeing about the racism that has killed and has made life very hard for our African people in Britain. It's a very, very serious problem. Muta, you have been coming here for many, many years, but so you know that some of the things that you hear that I'm talking about, you are familiar with. And you said something which is true. While you listen to BBC, read The Guardian and these papers and that type of thing, you read them with reservations and you scrutinize them because you know they only push their own interests. They hide the news that they want to hide from our people and promote the lies that they want to promote. I remember Marcus Garvey Jr. said that the biggest propagandists in history to give false propaganda are the British, and that the BBC is their biggest organ of public disinformation. Marcus Garvey Jr. told me and others that at Kingston Technical High School in the 60s, before I came to this country. So I was aware of the role. And Muta, for years we growing up in Jamaica, every 8 o'clock, what we used to hear in the morning, 8 o'clock, BBC, World News. And so many of our people swore anything they heard on the 8 o'clock BBC World News at 8 o'clock Jamaica time, they believe that it was gospel. And if you and I as Africans told them the truth, they say, no, because the BBC never said that. How foolish.
Yes.
Do you expect
Yes,
your enemy to talk the truth?
Yeah, well, we work it out and find out, say, a lot of these news that come out is not to tell the people them the truth, it's to make the side that these people is weak.
Backing.
You know, it's a propaganda machinery, it is, to maintain a certain position. You understand? And when you look, you see the position is being saved. You know, one thing that just happened the other day is to make mention of the first time this war started with the Palestinian and the Israeli them. We hear of some of the Palestinian them chopping off children head
Bearding.
and put them in cage and light them on fire. We hear that, and for about a week it a go on. And all you could hear upon the news, even the President of America mention it. Couple, and not even couple weeks, more than a week or 2-3 weeks ago, some people do some investigation in it and say, no go so. There's no baby down there. We have no head and I get chopped up and them things there. Tap me and say, put me here, the big guys them, I mention it. And me and say, they mean say, them could have so brazen to tell the world, say this happen, and that give the people them get more anger and angry against the Palestinian them. When them look on them TV and hear man and say, children were burned in cage. It's like the time when them go Iraq and tell you say weapons of mass destruction. And Saddam Hussein, that Saddam Hussein, Colin Powell, Chief of Staff, say I show graphic pictures of how the Saddam Hussein government have moved them weapons of mass destruction. That when you see them do it, you can't deny it, say no go so. Everybody say, but we see there, see Colin Powell show how they move the things them and them good this and good that. And when you hear from the show, it's lie. No go so. If you would tell the people them, just now man they say, you really believe someone or someone say, yes, them will see it on the TV. Where you see it? American imperialism, propaganda machinery at work. So when we look now, I will say, really and truly, why would I say, we don't know what we are saying? Because I'm looking at Haiti and see the same thing happen with Haiti too. Same thing, you can't tell nobody, even the government of Jamaica now let Asian people come find refugee in a Haiti. Imagine that. Them have all sorts of laws and regulations where I show you say, yeah. And the man, them say one of the boat them, the captain of the boat is a repeat offender to Jamaican waters by coming there continuously with refugees or people. In other words, they must say, instigate and insinuate, say, maybe these people was bringing in things like guns and all these things. The gun them done in Jamaica already, you know. You have some gun in Jamaica we not use yet, you know. But they had 3-4 years ago and it not used yet. And you hear the Minister of National Security say, 200 guns are coming there per month. I mean, no time from the year start, them not find 200 guns. Maybe them pick up them things now and find even more. But from man said that years ago, him said that, you know. Him say years ago, a little before the COVID, him say 200 guns is intelligence. You hear them call it intelligence. That means you can't deny it. It's most true.
And it is lies.
Them say intelligence, tell them say 200 guns is coming in the country every month. And from that time till now, me never hear them find 400 guns in that 6 weeks yet, 6 months yet. But me know say the gun them dead there. So
Brand
if
new.
if him know for intelligence, tell him say 200 gonna come in per month. How come him not get 199 out of them?
And him know.
And him know, cause tell him not know, him say him intelligent. Him never say, I believe
Him say him intelligent.
that Jesus Christ is coming on the earth. I say you believe that, not go so.
Him say him know.
Him say him know. And we must trust them because them is the people them who we look to for guide and protect the democracy of the country and them things like so.
But him now recover them.
I want to talk to you about something. Recently, we see it fly out of me. It fly out of me. I have a while ago and come out of me. Something in England did I go on. The English, the stabbing up thing,
Yes.
The stabbing up thing is long time a year ago. I mean before COVID we were ago.
Yes.
Good. All right. What is it that all right, we hear a man in a Jamaica shoot a man, and it's either revenge or a man have something for him and him just says him want it and the man not give man. So it's like gang war, you know, man just fire shot after man because they want to kill one man, just like the Israeli them. Them say 4 man have play domino or bar and 1 man in there is the man will trouble them. And them just park on a bike and fire shot in there. Most of the time, the 3 man them with the 666 dead and the 1 man who them want to kill get away. You understand? It's like it's pillion and rider. Most of the pillion get dead quicker than the rider. So when I say this so now, what is it that is driving these black youth, come up and say black youth, to really continue this thing? Because it's still in America, it's still in England. Yeah, so why is it so widespread that you just a pass, you try to stop man and run, God? Tell me.
As I mentioned, with the closure of the youth clubs by Margaret Thatcher in the 1980s, it can be traced, as I said, things used to happen before in the 60s and 70s, but in the 1980s, I as a journalist and historian can tell you that with the closure of the youth clubs and no adequate outlets for the youths, in the 1980s onwards to now, the youths without direction and so on, a lot of them became manipulated by older members of the community who are into criminality and into what they call postcode rivalry. So in other words, youths from Wood Green, for example, just argument's sake, would say that they are in war with youths from Tottenham because they are different areas. Youths from Peckham would be at war with youths from Brixton. You even have a situation where parts of Brixton, some of the youths are at war with other youths in other parts of Brixton. That type of situation you find all over. Over in Halls and Stonebridge, St. Raphael's Estate, you find that youths, for example, at Church Road in Halls End, are at war with youths in Stonebridge because those youths are from Stonebridge. And youths from St. Raphael's Estate, I'm just calling some names as example, this type of thing, and it happens in Birmingham too and so on, and a lot used to happen like that in Manchester, that they call Manchester Gunchester. There was that situation that a lot of the youths in different areas, Maside, Cheetham Hill, and that type of thing. And what it is that the only solution to this type of thing is that the African adults, parents and so on, we have to engage with our youths and get our youths together in community events to create a harmonious way of living, because we cannot ignore our youths. They are our youths. And it is not in the interest of the police, and it is not the duty of non-Africans to see about the problems of violence of our youths. They are not interested. It's not their business. The Indians say about their affairs. The Chinese say about their affairs. The English say about their affairs. It is us as African parents in Britain to see about our youths, and we have to engage with them. Some of our adults will say, boy, I don't want to, boy, I'm afraid to talk to them youths and thing. But if you are afraid to engage and so on with your youths, then there is no hope and it's further destruction in our community. I and other Africans who are conscious of this responsibility always do as much as we can to engage with our youths, because we cannot adopt a standoff attitude, because what affects our youths affects us.
Wait, let me ask you something, because I see something since I come on here, so on. Me and my brethren I observe it, because we are drive through the town, alright. We know, say, when Jamaican come and foreign, them work 3 times harder than when them there Jamaica. So when them say Jamaican lazy, not even Jamaican black people lazy, not no go so. There's something that is happening in Jamaica that people want to come to these places to work. And even though sometimes them life is not better in these places, as I saw going around the town, them still prefer the coal and the white people them are mixed up with, and just them just I get angry with one another still. No. Why may I say that? Me have a brethren I look and I observe it. Most Jamaican, you have to tell me if I'm wrong.
Yes.
Yeah. Most Jamaican, where I say up here so, the woman them is either having a hairdressing parlor, or the man them have a food shop. All right. The other nation them when we look on, like the China them,
Yes, Indians.
them own them shop. Them own them shop. And them not necessarily in a food neither. But them in a food too, because everybody nyam. Yeah. The Kurds them, when me see, them have them front shop. And we know say a front shop give me information where we get say. Them use the shop as front for deal with certain things. But when you're looking at the shop, it's like a supermarket. You can't get anything you want in the shop. I'll know that when we done all that program, we go there, you see them open. And we know why them open so late too.
24 hours.
Yeah, all right now. White people control the place. And obviously white people have the long stretch. You know, the 100 yard, 100 meter, whatever they call it. When white people reach on the front, we just start the race, which is that me I say up here so. What is it that is causing, in England me I talk, because it's supposed to be a land of opportunities, right? And where people come here, all over, the African them from Africa, the Indian them from India. And not to mention the Indian them, the Prime Minister right now is an Indian, right? In a white man country, the Prime Minister is an Indian. What is it that is driving black people from getting a piece of the pie? I can't wait them to see when them in their yard. Not only Jamaica, no, but like, what I talk about especially Jamaica. Because I talk to someone and them say, boy, you have 20 years, me there, 30 years. And them condition, when me did come say originally, are the same condition them in. But them come to England to make it. Right? And you have man that say, white people. It's not only black people get discriminated against in England, me see that. But yet still the other people them look like them are pushed further. But the black people them is in the same position. I mean I tell you say, most of my brethren them, when me just start come to England, when me used to them in a Brixton, Me see them just a while ago we a drive street and me say, boy, I look how them gentrify Brixton. One time you could have come down and you get all this and get all that. Now when in the bright, it come like Harlem. One time I pay black people I walk up and down in Harlem.
Yes.
In a middle night. In a middle night you see white people. Alright, we'll take a break and come forward.